And we're back at it again, folks, right here at Brooks Landscaping, where it's a great day to be in landscaping. I want to show you one of the ways in which we provide our customers with the landscape drainage solution by providing them with what we call a dry creek bed. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to come up with this dry creek bed design, because it was necessary based on the amount of water that was coming in on this landscape from the neighbor's yard. Now, we've seen this time and time again, and one of the ways that we've been so effective is by catching that water and taking it to a designated location without allowing it to be able to disturb the landscape any further. And so as you can see here, this design is going to allow for us to take that water in a controlled manner into this particular swell here where the water is supposed to go. But had us not had this dry creek bed, that water would move on this landscape any way that it wants to. And so by putting this dry creek bed in, we're basically putting ourselves in a position where we're going to be able to control the amount of water flow that moves through this landscape. And it's also going to provide us with an ability to make sure that it only stays in a specific area, that it doesn't just come roaring down and move all over this landscape. And also with the erosion control fabric, guys, it's going to make sure that we don't have to worry about that water continuing to deteriorate the dirt. The customer had once said that they brought dirt in here time and time again. Well, that won't be the case anymore, because we're going to give this water a place to go with our custom dry creek beds. And this is a design that you can look at for your own customers. And then also, if you're a landscape professional, you can see the ability to be able to help people solve this problem that they got in their backyard, which oftentimes deals with the water that's coming from the neighbor's yard. And so with the dry creek bed, using the decorative river rock, you're going to be able to ensure that you give your customers a solution that lasts a lifetime. Now, if you're a homeowner, you definitely want to be familiar with this thought process, because it says it gives you an opportunity to see how well you can provide a solution for your own home. And oftentimes people don't see this being a solution until they actually see the effectiveness of it. So we decided to give you a full before and after view of this, especially for our friends over at our YouTube channel. And we wanted you all to be able to see the effectiveness behind this type of design. It does say that this is just a 2 to 3 man job. And it also says that once you get your outline and then you begin to dig out your particular area for your dry creek bed, you're literally have created the entire swell necessary in order to position yourself for that water to move through this particular terrain. And as you can see, it's extremely easy to get that initial curve on that line, because a lot of times this is going to be an area that has received a lot of water. So we're talking about a lot of mud, a lot of silt that has been built up over time. And so when you begin to create that design on your landscape, it says that when dealing with erosion areas, you're not going to be finding a lot of hard dirt, but it's actually going to be a lot of soft dirt. And your design is also based on the way in which the water is moving on your landscape. And so if you just go with the flow of the water, making those adjustments as necessary, then you're going to be able to see not only are you controlling the water, but you're giving it a path toward the least resistance. And that's the #1 goal when you start to solve landscape drainage, is that even if you tied in gutter downspouts or put in piping systems, you want to make sure that you're doing so in a way that allows you to take that water to the path of least resistance. And so not only do we do that with our drainage pipe, we also do that with our dry creek bed. We ensure that not only do we have a fall, but also that we take that fall, which you can see here. You can see that fall here, guys, is what we would have been able to take and allow that water to move through beautifully on this landscape. But the way in which we take out the existing dirt on this landscape, approximately about 6 inches, it says that that allows us to be able to ensure that the water is going to be able to flow in a pattern that we would have already created, such as what you see with this dry creek bed design. And so these are just so many different options that you have when you're looking at ways that you can solve landscape drainage problems. And as you can see here, this one is a great option because it allows us to be able to take on that water that is just moving through this landscape, and it's all coming from this backyard. So this particular backyard has a lot of water from the neighbors in the back of the house, but it also has a lot of water, as you can see, that is just streaming from house to house to house. And we've gotten in situations where we would literally do jobs for each neighbor. And I know we'll probably be moving to another neighbor after this, but it says you can see the erosion patterns on the landscape. And with the erosion patterns on the landscape, what you're looking for is these areas that have a lot of moss on them. So when you start seeing a lot of moss, that lets you know that there's a lot of water that's sitting. It's very acidic. And so anytime water sits, it creates a lot of acidicness, and then that also turns into moss. But this is letting you know where your water is sitting at. And so that lets us also know how we're going to be able to catch that water and provide the customer not only with the solution to the water, but also a design that's going to last a lifetime with this beautiful decorative river rock. And these are just the ways that we've become so effective in helping individuals solve landscapes, but also the way in which we've been able to help our customers solve their landscape issues. And this is also another way in which we continue to do that each and every day out here on these jobs. And you can kind of see for yourself what that process would look like, where inevitably at first you didn't really know what you were going to get. You didn't really know what design you were going to go for. And then as you got through the landscape and you were able to create a solution for the customer, you almost go with it based on the way that the grade of the landscape is. So I want you guys to see that. I also want to give you a little bit of what we call a Wednesday workout motivation. And I just made that up, but it is for our friends over at our YouTube channel because we can't go live right now. We don't have enough subscribers. So I want you to make sure you like that button, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, all that extra stuff you gotta do on there. I think that's necessary because you're gonna be able to see that not only are we providing you with outdoor landscape drainage solutions and landscape transformations and ideas, but I'm also going to continue to inspire you as we take you to another realm of what we do here at Live Life Now 365, a nonprofit organization that we focus on helping a lot of people take control over their mind. When you're in business, and this goes for any service industry or any business in particular, you always want to make sure that you're ahead of the game. And one of the ways you stay ahead of the game is by controlling your thoughts. And one of the ways that you understand your thoughts is by understanding your programming. And so our programming here is that in each and every day, day by day, in every way, we're becoming more successful. We're going to give you more quality and more quantity of service than that of what could have ever been expected. So these are the things that we say to ourselves often that allow us to be able to control our thoughts toward our customers. Then it also allows us to be able to give our customers the highest quality of satisfaction. And that's something we've said for over a decade now. And it would also let you know why we've been so successful. So when you begin to get into business and you want to grow your business, I want you to think about the way in which you can begin to speak life into yourself and tell yourself exactly what it is that you want. But first, understanding that that is going to have a tremendous impact on your life. Now, that's not only going to help change your life, that's also going to help you be in control over your life. And that is the number one goal in all of life. And so I want to let you see this beautiful river rock here. This is the decorative the decorative river rock that we use for our dry creek beds. And as you can see, it is absolutely beautiful, especially when it finds itself into this entire design, used as a way to solve a landscape drainage problem. And these are just the ways that we're continuing to help clients all over the globe. And when I say the globe, I do mean the globe, because if you tune in now to our YouTube channel, you can learn some landscape solutions as well, and it'll help you with all the things that you're dealing with on your landscape if you're a homeowner. And then also if you're a landscape professional and you want to continue to grow and you want to scale your business based on niche services, you want to know how to market your business. I became successful in this industry because I knew how to market my business. And as I marketed my business effectively, it allowed me to be able to provide for my clients in the most effective way. So if that's you, if you're a landscape professional or just a landscaper in general, lawn care, and you want to know how to scale, definitely make sure that you subscribe to this channel and you make sure that you're following us, and make sure you get out and find out more about the Landscape Geek Learning Academy. I think that could help you guys out tremendously. I hope you've all had a great day. I'm going to post this video as soon as I get through recording it. This is going to be my live version of bringing you guys the in the field DIY landscape drainage solutions. And I do appreciate you guys for tuning in. And most importantly, I hope it was able to help you in some kind of way. God bless you, everybody. I'll see you again on our next episode of Brooks Landscaping Drainage Solutions.